Do you ever have dreams like I do at night of like working a 9 to 5?
Nah, no.
Like in like rose-colored glasses? Like
You mean like working in your sleep?
No, I mean like imagine like what we just laid out. We just mapped out like a 24/7 cycle of contacting and events and doing.
Nah, no way.
Okay, hold on.
No way.
Hell no.
Let me make my point. But like, I often dream of like a 2-week vacation where I work a 9 to 5. Like you literally go into work, you leave at 5, and like you don't think of work.
you're like old school, like clock it out.
Yeah. How amazing would that be?
Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast dedicated to real estate, insurance, and building your business. Join us as we take you along our own business building journeys with additional wisdom from our network of local and national experts. Welcome to Bricks and Risk.
This episode is brought to you by Property Management Redefined. PMR is not just managing properties, we're creating partnerships that build long-term success for property owners. John and his team can be reached at manage@gopmr.com or by phone 267-753-6005. Tim,
Yes, Sean.
who's a good client for PMR?
Property Management Redefined is looking for property owners who value 3 things: accountability, reliability, and a results-driven approach. They want to maximize returns, but still provide client and tenant satisfaction.
There's a lot of property managers out there.
Yes, there are.
What does PMR do really well?
Biggest thing is they're seamless and they're worry-free. So with that approach in mind, it allows the property owner to put their trust in PMR and know that the results will be there. The other thing I think a property owner is really going to value because they do it so well is that they have a local expert team, boots on the ground, managing your properties and your tenants' expectations every day so that you feel good about your investments.
We have millions of listeners out there.
Tens of millions.
If they want more information, how do they find PMR?
Right here, guys. Reach out to John Sachs and his team at Property Management Redefined. They'll take good care of you. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bricks and Risk. I'm Tim Garrity.
I'm Tim's co-host, Sean Mooney.
And today, Sean, we have 2 awesome guests, 2 local guests. Love when we bring boys on and girls from the greater Philadelphia area. We have Rory Farrell, loan officer with Marathon Mortgage, and Mike Witczak, loan officer with Marathon Mortgage as well. What's going on, boys?
Hey. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Welcome in. It's been a long time. We've been trying to put this together.
Yeah, busy people, busy men.
Awesome.
You guys are as well.
I love
You
it.
guys must have written like $100 million in loans
Oh,
last
God.
At least.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
At least.
Nice.
That was the first quarter.
Quick background on Rory. So Rory has 10 years in the mortgage business, 25 plus years in the sales and service industries, and his main goal is to make the mortgage process attainable, fun, and stress-free for his clients. Mike, as we call him, Mikey Mortgage.
Hold on 1 second before you even read this. I don't remember anything I put, so this is going to be a total shock to me.
Mike was born in Port Richmond, Philadelphia,
Yes.
I knew I put that in there.
but raised in Nepa, Northeast Pennsylvania, right
Yes.
outside of Jim Thorpe. After graduating from Penn State University, Mike found his way into the mortgage world and currently services all of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. At 26 years young and with 5 years of experience under his belt, he's ready to take over the game. Boom!
Please tell me you did not write that.
Dude, I wrote that on
I love
purpose
it.
because I didn't know he was gonna read it out, but I knew they were gonna read it, and I was like, let me write this insane. So I copied half my Zillow description, like the Zillow reviews description, it's almost word for word, and the last part I was like, let me screw with them, and now it's payback because I didn't know they were gonna read it out loud.
I'd live that.
Yes.
Let's
That
talk
rules.
about changing the game, Mike.
All right, what do you want to talk about, Sean Mooney? My feet pics you've been asking about, or
All right, so let's do this. So you boys have a show. You have a podcast of your own.
yes.
First of all, kind of like, what brought you guys together to even contemplate a podcast?
You. I mean, it was really you. It was Rory. Because,
I'll take credit for that.
yeah, no, it 100% was because you had brought up, like, you saw everything I was doing with social media. You wanted to get more involved with social media. You brought up the idea of doing a podcast, asked me, like, if it was a attainable thing, could we do that? And I was like, yeah, it's not hard at all. It's no problem.
To me, it was really hard. Like,
You're
it was
what?
like, so
how do we do it?
Yeah. I mean, I had my camera. I have a really good camera. I had a tripod. And at that time, I think we had like 2 clip-on Rode mics. I was like, that's all you need, really. And then we just talk.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Yeah, it was all kind of born out of the fact that like COVID happened, and prior to COVID, we used to go into real estate offices and meet people face to face and like have that opportunity to build relationships. And COVID happened, and not only was no one in offices during COVID, but post-COVID, people just realized, I'm not going to an office anymore.
Yeah.
So we would do that, and that was kind of like right around when you were starting. And Tom would be like, Tom, who's the owner of Marathon, would be like, hey, go into offices, go into offices, go into offices. And he'd come back, he'd be like, I didn't see one person.
Right.
So we kind of came up with this idea of like, hey, let's start a podcast. We'll provide content. It'll be fun. We'll have like the drinking aspect to it to kind of make it more palatable.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to get, hopefully, realtors on and insurance guys and appraisers and title people and just kind of create connections that way.
Yep.
So
What I find interesting just about like the point you made is that, yeah, so like I got into the mortgage business, you know, this is like almost 25 years ago. And when I got in as a loan officer, I did the same thing that Tom was talking about. I literally had like 20, maybe 25 offices.
Yep.
That were like in between where my office was and where I lived.
Yeah.
And it was like usually once a week, I'd probably tackle about 10 of them. I would just drive on my way home, be like, boom, 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 stop in, say what's up, drop off a rate sheet or some swag or some, you know,
Donuts?
news. I never did the donuts.
No?
It
Soft pretzels
wasn't
are a
my
good
thing. All right, so let's talk about kind of like, all right, so you start the podcast because that doesn't really exist as much anymore.
Yeah.
But it's not that like people don't go in an office at all. They just don't really, residential real estate agents I find just don't go in more in like the traditional sense, like, oh, it's Monday, it's 9 o'clock, I better go to the office.
yeah, for sure.
Do you guys ever get involved in just like events at people's real estate offices? Like someone's doing something and you're like, oh, let's pop in for the event, shake some hands there.
Oh, for
I mean,
sure.
you're really good at that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely, if I see there's an event online, well, first off, I always reach out and be like, hey, am I allowed to even come to this? Because I don't want to show up and be that guy.
Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%,
Yes.
a few times, but
Yeah.
Love
whatever. Hey, man, gotta get business
It's the
somehow.
reverse Irish exit.
right. Yeah.
It's the Irish enter. He
Yeah.
just shows up
Yeah,
unannounced.
I just pop up.
Uninvited and unannounced.
I've done that a
To
few
use
times.
that.
This is going to sound like a razor joke. It's the Polish entrance.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
Polish. That's why I said that.
Yes, he's allowed to
Nothing
say it. I
against
gave him
Polish.
permission. It's cool.
Witczak's Polish?
All right. So,
Sitting next to a couple Irishmen here. Yeah, sorry.
what the hell are we even talking about?
Showing up at events unannounced.
Or doing
yeah.
events or
doing
collaborating with events.
I mean, we do, yes, because after a year of being told you got to go to more offices and more offices, and I went to more offices and more offices, and there's nobody there, it's like, how do you get in front of people then? You reach out to them and ask, hey, are you going to be in the office? Hey, we're having this happy hour. Do you want to swing by this happy hour? We're throwing a big event February 1st.
Yep.
We invited a ton of people to that. So, yeah, number one, you create your own events and you invite people to it. And if they show up, great. If not, it's like at least you're tripping on them.
Yep.
Staying in front of them, newsletter, you know? Yeah, we'll get to it, I'm sure. And
will.
on top of that, though, you just like, it's a way to, yes, give them something to come to and get in front of them instead of just showing up at the office at 9 a.m. and nobody being there.
So is that what it's become? So it's like going to offices doesn't exist anymore? Is that like just gone completely?
I mean, certainly from when me and Tim started,
Yeah.
that was the thing, right?
Right.
Like you said. And now I think we pop in offices now, not so much to like catch people, but like if we're kind of in the area anyway, we'll do it. And hopefully you see somebody just to say hi.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like, hey, my mission today is to hit these 10 offices.
Yeah.
At least that's me. That's not the right way to do it or the wrong way to do it. It's just how I kind of run my business.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Rory, so you've been in kind of like sales, service, you know, you're around my age, you're a little bit older than our boy Mikey over here. What kind of got you into the mortgage space? Like, why did you shift?
I wanted a more normal 9-to-5 job.
Okay.
It did not plan out that,
And
that way.
remind me again, you were working at like a brewery?
So, yeah, the whole sales service thing, all like restaurants my whole life since the time I was like 14, 15 years old. Moved to California right after college. I ran a restaurant there for 10 years, or 8 years. And then the last 2 years of being in California, I moved to San Francisco and ran Northern California sales and marketing for a brewery.
Okay.
So like my background is sales, marketing, customer service and beer brewing type stuff. And that really developed when I was living in California. When my wife and I decided to finally move home for family reasons, financial reasons, just like we're getting older, we want to buy a house, have kids, things like that. My dad worked at Marathon Mortgage at that point.
Oh, no
and
way.
Had been in the mortgage industry for 30 years.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he goes, hey, Tom, who's our boss, is looking for kind of like someone to mentor, someone to bring up, build his team out, and kind of start fresh and teach him the right way to do the business and kind of help out, and then eventually become a loan officer.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. It was nerve wracking only because like if I didn't like it, it was kind of like my dad was sticking his neck out.
It's like a family affair kind of thing. So you're like,
and
I don't know if I
honestly,
wanna
I'd never had like
that.
quote unquote like a desk job. So it was a big leap for me, but I did want something a little bit more long-term career oriented, something with a little bit more of like predictable hours, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Just because the bar industry, you're out till 1 a.m, restaurant industry.
Yeah.
And then same thing with sales for a brewery. It's like you're working all day, but then you're also doing events at night. So
Yep.
come to find out that real estate and mortgages and probably insurance as well is all 24 hours a day. So,
Yep.
but it's a little bit more manageable.
It's manageable. It's kind of like it might be like long hours, but it's either because you're busy or you're choosing to service clients that way. Like you're like, hey, it's like, it's 7:30 at night. It's like, I'm going to pick up this call real quick. Probably won't take me longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And let me just see what's needed. Is it emergency? Is it just venting? Is it, checking on something that you don't need to check on at 7:30 at night?
For sure.
But either way, it is the expectation that some people are going to call you weekends after work because that's their time to think about their home purchase or their mortgage or their inspection or whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they want answers.
Yeah.
What
and-
year? Sorry.
Go ahead.
What year was that you got into it?
2016. So it'll be 10 years in May.
How has things changed? We talked about it briefly about some of those office visit changes, but like overall, from when you started till now, like what's the dramatic stuff that's changed that you've seen?
Where do we start? I think the industry as a whole has changed about how you, again, get in front of people. 2023, whenever we started that podcast, I kind of really leaned into like, hey, I want to be better at social media, which I never even had a social media for work specifically prior to that. So that's a huge thing, just kind of getting out in front of people that way versus, the traditional methods. I think kind of the loyalty that people have now, like back when we started, it's like you get a realtor and it was like boom, 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 every one of their clients is going to you, or hey, your best friend's going to use you. And now it's like there's too much information out there and it's almost like people have too many options, and next thing you know, it's like they're doing their own research, and eventually they come back to you and you set them straight. But it is, like the loyalty isn't nearly what it was when like Tom and my dad used to be in the business.
Yep.
Not that I'm complaining about that. It just kind of is part. You got to adapt to it.
It's the way it goes.
It's just a change.
Always that aspect of it.
It's the same for us, right? It's
Yeah.
identical to us. I mean, we're having daily conversations with people that, I was online, found this. It's, $100 cheaper. And I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah.
you want to send that to me and I'll look at it? And then it's just like, well, here's why. Here's
Exactly.
why. So you get what you pay for in a lot of these scenarios. And probably like with mortgages, it's like you might get it for less, but you're dealing with someone in Kalamazoo that, you're on the depth chart of like 15 people, and you're not going to be able to pick up the phone. You're not going to get things corrected. You're not going to be able to like ensure that this moves through the process, avoiding these landmines, and then get to the finish line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it provides us an opportunity to really like make our worth more than just the numbers part of it. It's because we're very good at, and Mike's really good at it too, especially with the first time home buyers that you work at, education, taking the time to be like,
Yep.
hey, send me that estimate. Let's look at it apples to apples. And this is why it's different. And people are like, hey, well, I didn't realize the $5,000 in points that they were charging.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I was on the phone last night at 7:30 with a guy explaining to him how
AM or PM?
PM.
Because I saw your
Grinds.
post
Yeah.
at 7:30.
I must have had,
looking
like-
for everybody. Where is everybody?
Where they
I
at,
must
though?
have had ESP because I just said 7:30, but keep going.
Yeah. Well, he had
670.
ESP. 6. That's old, bro. You're chopped on.
Not if you hold the 6-7 coin.
Stop listening to
Pull it
your
out, pull it
6-year-old son,
Yeah, you
Brendan.
Pull out the 6-7 coin. Let me see this.
Oh yeah,
Pull it out, J-Mo. Come on.
I got it right here. It's on a little bit of a slide.
All right, so you're talking to this guy at 7:30
Yeah.
at night.
Anyway, I'm talking to this guy at 7:30. Bank of America estimate. they're missing 9 months of escrows. They're charging them $7,000 in points. And I have to explain this all to him and his father. And they're like, all right, we'll go back to I'm like, listen, the best way you can do is go back to Bank of America, ask them to change the escrows to 12 months like mine, and ask them to change the homeowner's insurance to $100 a month, and look at it side by side, and you let me know. At 7:30 at night, I was like, you're not going to get that person at Bank of America on the phone right now. My phone's blowing up right now. I saw it's the realtor that they're working. I'm like, I know it's about that deal. It took them, hours to get that, and now I'm going to have to go back and like argue with them or show them, hey, this is where they're charging you all this money. This is how we're able to get you a better rate. This is what and you just got to like walk people through that. And it's not that I get frustrated with it. Like, they don't know, this is my wheelhouse. If I talk to them about their job, or, we do loans for people at Lockheed Martin and Merck and all these, like if you wanted to talk about what they do,
Johnson.
yeah, like engineering, pharmaceuticals, whatever, I can't talk about any of that stuff. But if you're trying to buy a home, like I'll educate you as much as I can so you understand, like, this is where they're charging a lot more money than we are. This is where they're beating us, know?
Here's where we found we kind of shine. More recently, it's becoming more prevalent. What we're seeing is, and this is kind of my favorite, we have people come to us, find us online, referral or whatever.
Cold lead.
Cold or warm.
Okay,
Yeah,
cold or warm.
But
keep going.
The prospect that I love is the person who's had issues that comes to us because they've already been down the rabbit hole of knowing what else is out there. Like the example for you would be, oh, we tried to get this loan for this house, but it blew up at the 11th hour. So we missed this opportunity to buy the house. So now we need to work with someone that is qualified that will get us to the end. And those people understand the value of what we do. And working with them is just so much better.
And they're a long-term client at that point.
Long-term client.
I'd say 95% of the time. Sometimes 5% of the time you get people like that and they still go and shop you after you figure it out. So it's like, you got to do, that's like the headaches
I'll
deal
take
with.
it. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Well, I think like one thing we've talked about on the show like many, many times, like whether you're in real estate, you're in insurance, or you're in mortgages, we're all in the service industry. We're all in the relationship industry. And if you're good at what you do this long enough, you help enough people, the people who will come back to you are the ones who want a trusted advisor.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to care about escrow comparison from one lender to another because it's going to be the same.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
based on when your taxes are due and what they are required to hold.
Yep.
So it's going to be the same. Now, again, rates can change multiple times a day if the market changes. So that changes like the stock market. Someone can waive a fee here and there. It's just, let me just bring in your business. I'm going to waive this fee. So I personally find, like in real estate, I'm sure you guys find this in mortgages, that when you're working with your client up front and you're saying, look, the difference between me and someone from Bank of America or whoever, someone in Kalamazoo, is that I actually want to help you succeed through this as an advisor, not as someone who's like, oh yeah, cool, let me put your application in. Like, I'll get back to you tomorrow. Like, commitment will be done in 2 weeks. Like, I'll see you at closing. Like, you'll get a gift. Like, anyone can do that.
Yeah.
But not what anyone can't do is use their knowledge, like ask the right questions, bring down the temperature, like say, hey, I know you're fired. Why are you calling me at 7:30 at night? You're heated about something.
Yeah.
So if you're heated, like you said, I'm picking up my phone. They're at home eating dinner because that's how their day is like.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. And there's no right or wrong way, but you're making that clear.
It's the intangibles. Like you always
I
talk
say
about.
it all the time. It's like, it's not hard to be a loan officer. You can get the
Credentialing.
licensing, you can do your CEs, all that stuff. But like where good loan officers or great loan officers separate themselves is like, do you care? Like, are you treating that person like a person, not a number? And like taking the time to educate and make sure that they're feeling like they can make their own decision because now they understand everything versus, hey, this is what it is. Let me know if you're interested. It's like, well, let's figure out why it is the way it is. And are there other options and what's valuable to you?
How do you turn that into marketing? How do you market that? Because that's the hardest thing that we're trying to get out there is sharing the intangibles, which is our goal. Like, this is what separates you and I and you from all the others, is like, how do you promote that online so that someone who's looking to work with a mortgage person lands on you and then understands like what you bring to the table.
That's why we started the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, you have the podcast. And the clips do really well. You got to make sure you obviously capture that in the clips if you're talking about something like that. I think another thing, we were just talking about before we got here, Bograd, right? Like he films every day of his life. I'm not saying it's the right or wrong thing, but like
he's crazy.
He's a crazy guy. We love him. Super nice dude.
He's been on our podcast.
He's been on our podcast. I'm not gonna lie. Very nice guy. Social media is like his thing.
Yeah. Oh, like he does.
He's all in. He's all in on that.
All in. But like if you could capture a conversation from start to beginning, or start to end of somebody calling you.
Yeah, I knew it.
See?
I knew it.
I got the genetics. But from start to finish of a conversation you had where you explained, somebody called you and they had a question and you explained it and you showed, hey, this is what I'm going to do for you too. Like, I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to break down everything so you understand it and you're not confused when you get off this phone call. Even more confused than when you called. So if you could capture that somehow, that's what I would do.
It's actually one idea that I asked. Trudy's my office manager, and she doesn't want to go on video at all. But in my mind, so I had this question about how do you market that, and really everybody thinks insurance is the same. So like it doesn't matter like where you're at or who you're with or whatever. And so every day for us, it's a daily thing where something goes like haywire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't I just record you talking about that scenario? Because if one of our customers dealt with it, someone else out there dealt with it, and then it becomes a thing where we're the problem solver, right? Like there's an issue, because more times than not, like that's where the issues arise, where something goes wrong. And who do they go to fix the problem? They're coming to us. And that's like our special sauce helping fix their problems.
Yeah, and you taking that on you as, now this is my problem. I don't want you to have to worry about it.
This is our problem.
Yeah. But I mean, the more that you can take it off of them and make them feel like, all right, I just called him, he handled it.
Yeah.
I'm not stressed about it anymore, and he's figuring it out behind the scenes, and he'll come to me with a solution.
Yeah.
That's like, everyone's so busy these days. If I can call you, and I got kids jumping around in the background, I got to get them to X, Y, and Z and dinner, and I call Sean, and he's like, yeah, I'll handle it. I'll call you tomorrow with a solution. I'm like, boom.
Whoa. Yeah.
Like, it's not, that's the intangible that we're talking about. That's not what your premium is. That's not, anything else. It's, hey, he took something on my plate that I didn't feel like dealing with. Or had any business dealing with.
It's interesting you mentioned that agent and his approach to social media, because I feel like that personal approach to me is like all B2C. It's me as the real estate agent to see the consumer. I'm hoping that eyeballs pick up on this, and when they pick up on it, they relate to it, and then if they relate to it, they'll DM me, they'll call me, they'll email me. So that's an approach.
I think this strategy is good because, number one, there's part of if you slice it up into different buckets. Like one bucket is like, look at what I got as an offer for this house. So you're queuing, you're telling the consumer, like, look what I can do for you. But then there's another part where he is like records those phone conversations, and then it kind of brings the consumer in to show it like live on video. He is fixing those problems, or his team is. So it's kind of a multifaceted. It is a great job to show those different dimensions of him and his job.
That's the main reason I brought it up. Not just like, I mean, sure, he does a bunch of other marketing and everything.
Yeah.
But the main reason is you had brought up like, hey, what's a good way to display that we're problem solvers, or we, the intangibles? And it's like, I think he does a good job at that from those phone calls specifically.
Yeah.
Everything else he does. I mean, hey, he's a very big guy.
I mean, if you're going to be on a yacht in Miami,
do your thing, but like the problems, so that piece of his marketing, I like for that piece. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, all right, so let me get back to that. So he's going B2C approach.
Yep.
He's going real wide. Okay, he's just like, I'm just gonna go as wide as I can get. I want tens of that. Maybe he's boosting posts. I don't know what he's doing. It doesn't matter. But he's going B2C, and he's trying to build a know, like, and trust relationship with whoever sees it, because they're gonna see it, be like, okay, like I've seen that before. Do I like this guy? Do I not like this guy? And then after watching multiple videos, you're like, I think I trust him with my home purchase because I've seen 3 of these videos or 35. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But then there's another approach. And it's kind of like the approach we were talking about events. We were just talking about this, which is the B2B approach. Okay. So when you go B2C, you're going right to the home buyer, home seller, tenant, landlord, investor, whoever. When you go B2B, you're going a little bit more to the real estate agent. You're going to the title company. You're going to the financial planner, the attorney, the accountant, whoever.
Insurance agent.
Insurance.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
I can't believe I forgot that, but I actually can.
Happens all the
6,
time.
7 coin, bro.
Right,
6,
right.
7 coin.
So the B2B approach is, there's no right or wrong way. You don't go one or the other, one this way and one that way. But the B2B approach is not necessarily what he's doing, because he's not really trying to appeal to the accounting company down the street with that video. But if you have an event, let's say, and you invite 10 people, 100 people, it doesn't matter. When the people come to the event, one, they're coming because they already know you and they like you. I'm hoping that they trust you already, because they're like, hey, I want to come to this event. Maybe they've already worked with you before. They're like,
Or maybe it's just an open bar.
could be open bar, which that builds trust.
You could drink, if you go to the open bar, you could drink wine at the open bar.
Yes, you can. And if I were at the open bar, that's what I would drink.
Yeah, Tim always gets wine at the open bar.
Oh, that was right over my head.
I was actually very tempted last night because, side note, we went out, did like our annual meeting down at this bar in South Philly. It was a seltzer bar because of your gluten-free, non-existent
Don't hate on
allergy.
Two Robbers.
No, Two Robbers is actually pretty good.
Sick.
Wait, what do you got? Celiac?
But I was, no.
Dude, I got like
Just don't.
Sorry, my
I
bad.
got,
We
like,
don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
My bad.
I got like mad
that.
cow disease, like in the in like the gluten form. It's crazy. You'll never believe it.
Sorry.
Off air, well.
But anyway, so what I was saying
Diagnosis.
is that B2B approach, there's a lot of value in that. It's not necessarily about the social media video. It's not about the calls. It's not about this. And there's not one right way or wrong way. It's just sometimes you have to do both ways. And sometimes you have to do it in multiple different channels, in person, social media.
Well, it can
email.
be a situation where social gets you in the door.
Yep.
And your ability to service those clients is like what keeps them coming back.
Yep.
On the B2B.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
And like, I think we talk about it all the time too. It's not sometimes. It's all the time. You have to do everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to have B2B. You have to have B2C. You have to have,
Right.
like, I know he does it. I'm sure I know you guys do it. I've been to your events, And if you're not doing every aspect of everything all at once, you're like, there's always stuff you're missing, or you might not be getting in front of the person you're supposed to be getting in front of. And you have to be doing it all. There's like, so some days, yeah, like you said, you do B2C, and other days you do B2B, and it has to be a mix of everything. Old school ways, new school ways, mailers, door knocking, events, social media, all of it.
Hey everyone, this is Tim, your favorite Bricks and Risk co-host. But don't tell Sean. I hope you're enjoying this episode, and I'll get right back to it in a moment. Our audience grows through word of mouth, so if you would please take a moment of your time and give us a review on the platform you're on, that would be fantastic. Please also help spread the B&R word by sharing your favorite episode with a friend. We greatly appreciate your time and trust. Now, back to the show.
Well, that's and the reason that you have to do that too is like you just never know. And we talked about this before. Is you never know where your message is going to land with the client or consumer or referral partner, right? Like you might be on Instagram, they might be on LinkedIn all the time. You know what I mean? So if you're not hitting all of the different channels, you are having missed opportunities.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, biggest person I look at in our relative business is former podcast guest Ryan Serhant, right?
Yeah.
You look at him and what he's accomplished over the years. I mean, he has almost every avenue of everything. And I'm sure, he has many people that can help him with that. And he has a staff under him that does all of it. And now he's into sales coaching and AI integration, all that stuff. But he does everything and anything. And it just shows like what he's built, So
Yeah.
you just got to do it all.
Well, it goes back to your question is like, what's changed? It's like the amount of avenues that you can do stuff now
Yeah.
is like tenfold. So it's like
Opportunities.
you can't just send them a couple mailers out a year and door knock. And now it's like you do all that, but also the emails and the Instagrams and the LinkedIns and the events. And the amount of ways that you can get in front of people now is tremendous.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like you
Absolutely.
said, you just never know what's going to work. So you got to do it all.
Do you ever have dreams like I do at night
Oh boy.
Okay.
of like working a 9 to 5?
Nah. No.
Like in like rose-colored glasses. Like
You mean like working in your sleep?
No, I mean like imagine like what we just laid out. We just mapped out like a 24/7 cycle of contacting and events and doing.
Nah. No way.
Okay, hold on.
No way.
So like,
Dog, it's Thursday at 1 o'clock and I'm in a podcast room with you right now. I can't do this at a 9 to 5. Like, this is awesome.
no, I know.
True.
But what I'm saying, if you let me make my point,
that's what he does.
I don't have the dreams.
but like I often dream of like a 2-week vacation where I work a 9 to 5. Like you literally go into work, you leave at 5, and like you don't think of work.
You're like old school, like
Yeah.
clock it out.
Yeah. How amazing would that be?
Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Mike, can I get your take on that?
Where's my camera? Is it in front of me here?
And go.
Where is it? No, I don't have these dreams. I don't know where my camera is, but I don't have these dreams. No, not at all.
he's never been like that.
I've never been like that. No.
Like
no.
it's funny. Like he's the youngest guy in the office. He came in and he was like bullish from the get-go. He's like, how do we grow this business? I'm like, dude, you just started here. Relax.
Right.
Stop, dude.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
he is.
even-
He's like that. He's like,
You don't even know
Look
how
at that guy. Look at that. He's praying to not be there. Look at that.
maybe he's
Stuck in a 9 to 5 desk
He's
job.
at his house at home praying for a 9 to 5 when he can go to an office.
He's so thankful that he's about to clock out.
Jeez, where's the
love
time
it.
card?
That's a moment of joy for him.
That's great.
But I give him a lot of credit because he is very business minded and has been. He's he started jobs when you were young and just like entrepreneurship, detailing and drone video and stuff like before anyone was even doing that. And he came in, he's like, how do we grow this? What do we have to do? Here's a plan. What do you think about this? Like,
Did you guys need that at that time? Like he was
for sure.
kind of like
not to toot his horn too much, but
the accelerator, like, you're
We
kind
did.
of like doing
Yeah.
your thing, doing
That
your thing.
energy, like fresh energy, perspective.
Like social is like this tsunami coming on the horizon, and
Mikey
the-
Witczak surfing that tsunami, baby.
no shirt, Port Richmond board,
just throwing
little
shakas
zinc
out.
on the nose.
Spicoli.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, like we've been around for 30 years.
Yeah.
We've been through the highs and the lows, and like Tom's been there for 25 years. My dad was there for 20 years. Kathy's been there for 20. Mike's been there for 20.
Yeah.
My first loan that I ever
Bob
did.
Rubin, right?
Bob.
So it's been
What
around
year
for a
was it?
while, and things were just done a certain way for a very long time. And then COVID happened, and
Changed the
we
game.
kind of had to switch it up. And like right at the same time, you came in.
Yeah.
And I mean, for us, it was like easy, quote unquote, easy leading up to that. Like things were done the way that we always, and we did a good job, and people came back. And
Yeah.
da-da-da. And then he came in, and it off a cliff, and he's like,
What do we
how-
do?
Yeah, how am I supposed to do this? So he had to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then in turn, he pushed me to figure it out. And I think me and you, I think, are the most kind of like dedicated to like doing new things. And I'm not
100%.
even, I think it for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, like,
Push that for
and
sure.
yeah.
sure, like, yeah, I had a big part to do with that. And I came in strong, and I wanted to, like, my goal this year is to close 100 loans, right? Like, that's
Yeah,
my,
I saw that.
that's my thing. And 100, yeah, baby. You see it right there. So I'm very, like Rory said, bullish. But in that aspect, that's what they needed. What I needed was Tom and Rory. Tom has 25 years of
Some
experience.
guardrails?
Like some exactly.
What'd you
dude,
say?
Relax. That's not how
Exactly.
this is going to go.
No, but truthfully, like, if it's a perfect mix, because like I'm able to
Yeah.
push them and make them uncomfortable in that way, and they're able to
They kind of level you out a little bit.
100 and teach me everything though. Like I wouldn't do half the business I do if it wasn't for them. I could. I'm in the office every day. I can go into Tom's office. This deal's falling apart. What do I do? If I was somewhere else, I don't have that.
Yep.
You're not asking your boss at Bank of America and
No,
they're not
or
helping
wherever.
you. Yeah.
Like it's just and the comfortability of that. Sorry, it took me a while.
Yeah.
Tom's my best friend's uncle. That's how I met him. So and then Rory's been like an older brother to me. Everybody in the office is super family like. So
Uncle.
yeah, he's well, yeah. Actually, great point.
Brother, I like
Yeah.
better.
Brothers, I'd be like an accident. Uncle, that's
Yeah.
more accurate.
Or
But
accident.
it all like loops together and
Yeah.
yeah.
So it makes me think that there were identical scenarios in that Rory came into mortgage from like restaurants. So you kind of had to like adapt your being for this type of work. And you probably came in and you're probably like you guys don't even have social media. Like you had this background where you're like had one idea of how the business would go, and then you had to kind of adapt to like what was going on in the office.
Yeah, my biggest hurdle, I think, wasn't like, yes, the social media. I had to adapt to what was going on in the office. So
but
I had
that text messaging and all the other technological things that is like your way of life,
and it's just normal to me. Yeah,
wasn't happening.
Rory still comes up to me. He's like, "Why do you have them text you documents?" I was like, "It's easy. They just send me the documents." What do you mean? He's like, "I can't look at that on my phone. I just like email it to my computer if I have to." But
he's like, "Can you take a look at this income with me?" And he's like, I'm like, dude, I can't see someone's pay stub on your phone. What are you nuts?
But it's like you guys said, it's what I know. The hard part for me was going, like, talking to people, you know, like going, taking people out and talking to them and having a conversation about mortgages.
That's
and
not
I'm
a
like,
problem for you.
how do you? Well, I had to learn how to do that.
Yeah, that wasn't natural to you.
No. I mean, talking to people natural for me, but going out
in
and
a business
people,
aspect,
business,
almost like
All right. So, Mike,
yes,
was this your first job out of college, becoming a loan officer, or did you do anything else when you finished Penn State?
This was my first job out of college. Yeah, but I mean, I've been working since I was 12 years old.
Bodybuilding.
Yeah, I mean, there was bodybuilding,
foot videos.
Yes, I still do that though. So, but
what's the handle?
Side hustle.
It's one heck of a side hustle.
I mean, I washed dishes. I worked at Lowe's for 4 years. I did roofing in the summers.
Yeah, so you've been grinding since you were young.
Yeah.
What was your major at Penn State?
Accounting.
Okay.
Business with an emphasis in accounting.
So then, so you've done all that grinding growing up. This is your best friend's uncle is at Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that during that interview that they were like saying to you, or you were envisioning that you were like, oh yeah, let's go this direction?
Well, so that's like not how it happened at all. I'll tell you just real quick.
Traditional company.
Yeah. Like, here's the offer, Mike. Yeah. What do you think?
No, it was like
piece of paper.
Yeah.
When did I meet? I met Tom. So my buddy Aaron, who I live with to this day, been friends since 13 years old. Met in high school. I was at his Christmas party one year at his house in Brigantine.
Mm-hmm.
Tom's there. Tom and I are talking. Tom owns Marathon. That's who we were talking about before. He's like into skiing. He's into surfing. I'm into skiing. I know about surf. Like, they're really big into surfing. So we're just chatting it up. I have no idea what he does. I get a text from my buddy's mom. Hey, Tom had reached out. He thinks you would enjoy doing what he does. Are you interested in checking it out?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was probably going to join the military if I didn't have a job out of college. And I was like, yeah, I need an internship to graduate. Will he give me an internship? This was the end of 2019.
Okay.
Can he help me graduate college?
If he helps me graduate, I'm in.
100% what happened. So I text. He's like, yes, I'll give you an internship, and I'll pay. I think he was paying me $20 an hour to come down and intern 3 days a week. I was like, holy shit, $20 an hour. Whew. I'm in.
Let's go.
So we're getting everything set up. COVID hits. I'm like, great. So then I follow up. Long story short, end up getting in there January of 21, and I never left.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so he started before he even graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Start 6 months before I graduated.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
you must have really liked mortgages if you're.
I was working 3 days a week at Marathon. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I drive down from the Poconos.
Wow.
Monday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I worked at Amazon as a delivery driver. And then when I had time off, I had contracts with dealerships to detail their vehicles. So that's like what I was doing. So I almost flunked out my senior year because I stopped.
Wow.
Like,
which is hard
taking
to do during
classes.
college and COVID.
Yeah.
You're like working more than you're supposed to be finishing school at that point.
Yeah. So then I got a call from my admissions. And they're like, hey, you're missing 3 credits and you're failing a class. And I was like, what? And I fixed it, got it straight. And
you're like, what?
graduated.
I go to Penn State?
Yeah.
They're like, yes, you do.
Forgot all about it. So that's how I got started.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
I wanted to insert the road to 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about it?
Yeah, why 100?
Why 100?
Yeah. Where'd that number come from?
It was 80.
It was 80,
Okay.
but now it's 100.
Why 80? Why 100? Like, what made you start thinking that way?
I loved.
So set the frame for the people. Give the backstory. Give kind of what it is, and you know.
Now I know where my camera is, so I can look.
Right over there.
Okay. I put out on my Instagrams, I think the first week of January, here's my goal for the year. I want to close 100 loans. Here's why it's 100 loans. So I was in the office one morning. Tom's always in there, and Courtney's always in there around like 9 o'clock. I don't know what was up with me, but I was like, yo, Tom, how
Feeling
many
a little
loans?
squirrely?
Yeah, feeling a little froggy, you
Yeah.
know? So I jumped. And I told Tom, I asked him, how many loans do I have to do for you to build a patio on the side of Marathon Mortgage? So like, you can have a patio outside. There's a ton of land right there. It's right by a little creek. It's a cool place.
Grill, a little chill
It's
spot.
like, dude, put a door.
Cabana?
At first, he was like, what are you talking about?
Is this like in the back, in like the back section, or is this on the actual side of the building?
on the side of the building?
Okay.
Where like the grass
Yeah,
is?
yeah. Okay, I got you.
So he's like, what are you talking about? I mapped it all out for him. He's like, oh, that'd actually be pretty cool. He liked the idea. I said, how many loans do I have to do? He goes in his office. He's like quiet for a couple minutes. He goes, 80 loans. I said, 80 loans, you'll do it. He goes, 100. And he walked out of his office and he shook my hand in front of Courtney. And he said, Courtney's our witness. So
Wow.
that was in October of last year. So since October, I've been telling every realtor I'm in front of, next year I got to do 100 loans. So I'm just kind of speaking it into existence at this point.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You're doing more than
I love
that. He works harder than anyone in our office on building new business and like being creative with stuff like that. So
We talked before about the newsletter.
Yeah.
let's get into it. How much time do we have?
We spoke
Not
for
enough.
a couple hours on the newsletter. I've got a new idea for you. Okay.
Say the foot letter, bro. Say something crazy.
Are you sitting down?
I think. Yeah.
All right.
Go.
You create a website, and it is the road to 100.
Okay.
And this becomes a video vlog that you do
It's a good idea.
that documents like a little snippet of your day, and people can follow along, and you have this big board, and you're like, I'm at 47 today, and people follow along the road with you to get to 100.
All right.
Well,
good
but
idea.
you kind of been doing that though. Like before you got sick, you were doing a daily
Yeah.
vlog about like
Yeah. I just got like
you were
messed
basically
up,
just flexing on what time you got into the office. That's really all you were doing.
Do you go to the gym anymore, or just a marathon?
I'm a bum. I don't go to the gym. Rory will explain why I'm saying that, but I don't do anything to exercise whatsoever.
No, dude,
Perfect.
I'm out of shape.
You saw the text message I said. He's got Amazon drops off a giant box yesterday. It's a treadmill that he can set up behind his head.
think I saw that.
Meanwhile, he's eating a Wawa hoagie. I'm like, dude, you're not doing yourself any favors.
He's like, yo, they're still serving
Yeah, but
gobblers at Wawa.
if he ate the Wawa hoagie and wasn't on the treadmill, he would be even fatter.
just eat some
Nah.
chicken.
No,
and
back to my
vegetables.
point.
Yeah.
A YouTube channel, a landing page, or whatever web page, internet,
A series.
right? And you document it, and people can follow.
Done. Clip it and ship it.
Let's go.
I do. I mean, it's funny you say that because I thought a similar thing where I'm like, hey, if you're at like 98, like I'm giving you a couple loans. You
Oh,
know, like
yeah.
people want to help
Yeah.
someone reach a goal.
Well, part of
Even
it
at the
too.
I'm
detriment-
gonna go buy a house just to give them a loan.
If I recall correctly, was the video that you were making that talked about you're like, I don't do a whole lot of video like this? Was that one of the parts of the video?
Probably, yeah.
That you
Just
were
like a
kinda saying,
face,
like,
a camera.
I don't
face.
do a lot of this.
Yeah.
Which again, I also think is a good thing to get used to, because you're like, okay, I mean, 100's 100. It's a number. Okay, but what is it? What are you going to do to get there? And what kind of things are you going to learn along the way that are going to help you get there? And to Mooney's point, any kind of vlog, it doesn't have to be a website, it could be any kind of vlog or video or series or whatever you want to call it. Like, you're capturing the journey through a way that you're already like, I'm kind of uncomfortable with this. I don't really do this.
Yep.
And that, I feel like, makes it better and better along the way. Because if you do that straight for a year, just like we talk about with
be
podcasting all the
amazing.
time, you guys have done it. First podcast you ever did, you were kind of like, what are we?
I certainly didn't.
Yeah, even ours. Like when we started, we were like, we felt good about it. We knew each other since we were
I was
young.
pretty
and
good, Tim.
yeah, I mean, he was good. I freaking stunk. And like we were like in the beginning, like, yeah, what do we say? Like, what do we do? Like, you know. So it's the reps.
But also, too, is you're showing other mortgage people, like, you can set a goal, you can get to a goal, but
even
like,
your clients and your real estate contacts, same deal. Showing them.
You're showing them that the consistency to show up on like how to get that goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And even if you don't reach that goal, you're like, say, oh,
Still
shit, I only did
awesome.
80. You're like, but then I just build all these good habits that are going to turn into 100 the next year. You
Be
know?
like, Tom, you said 80 initially.
Yeah.
Does that qualify?
Courtney, you saw it, right? Courtney, 80,
Yes.
you said that? She's
All
on
right,
our side.
let me go over your quotes here. So Rory, your quote was,
You know what it is.
"Comparison is the thief of joy,"
Oh, yeah.
by Teddy Roosevelt. Why that quote?
I think it covers everything. It covers life. It covers business. It covers personal relationships. Especially now with social media, it's like so easy to compare
Comparison
yourself
culture. Yeah.
to everyone. And you're like, if you're in the real estate industry and you're looking at Joe Bograd, you're like, oh shit, I'm not doing what I should be doing, or I'm not doing the amount of
Yeah,
business.
I'm not
or
doing what
whatever.
he's doing or she's doing or
Yeah.
whatever.
And it doesn't matter. Are you happy?
Right.
Are you spending time with your family? Are you literally happy in your office? Like we say it all the time. Like I couldn't work for Bank of America doing the same thing. I couldn't work for almost anyone else doing the same thing. But our office culture is so great, but I love it there. So it's like, don't worry about other people. It's like, build your business the way that you feel comfortable doing it. That's successful for you. You know, maybe take little tidbits here and there from people on social media or where, you know, your sphere, but do it the way that you want to do it and that you're comfortable and happy with it. And I think that goes, again, not just business, that's across the board.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's great
Too
advice.
easy to get down in the dumps
Yep.
in our business anyway, let alone comparing yourself.
It's everywhere too. It's inescapable, like this mind trap that you see other people doing these things, and it's like the instant assumption that, oh, I'm a failure because I'm not doing X,
Or
Y,
I
Z.
should be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, right, it's like if you just concentrate, and we've said it before, is just concentrate on you, competing against yourself, getting better every day,
Yeah.
be amazing.
I mean, I tried my hardest today to look cool in front of you, Sean, and I just couldn't do it compared to what you're like.
You know?
Is this outfit different now than it was?
Feel like it is.
I don't know if it is.
Nothing's changed.
All right, so Mikey Mortgage, yours was
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know what it was.
tough times don't last, tough people do. Why
Yeah.
that one?
So my father always said.
Nice.
That's why. I'm actually kind of happy with myself. I put that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something
Go,
my dad
Mike.
would say all the time growing up. I mean, like, there were a few things he say. Tough times don't last, tough guys do. And, you know, like, it's not hard. You make it hard. You know, those are the two
It's a great
things.
quote too.
So
Simple.
it's just what I grew up on. Yeah, that's really what it is. Rory could vouch for this, but the first 3.5 years of being in this business was horrible. It's like, it sucked. It was like a hard grind.
Probably no worse time to entry your way into mortgages than your time when you started.
Yeah, literally. So I learned a lot in comparison is the thief of joy.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, at first I thought that was the corniest thing in the world. And now,
daily, probably.
yeah. But I've been so humbled, you know, throughout 3.5 years, that the past year and a half, I've learned a lot. So tough times don't last. I've had a great past year and a half, and everything that was hard during those 3.5 years, I've learned so much from. I learned enough to close 100 loans this year, you know? So that's what I'm going after.
Well, listen, if you're
really
still doing mortgages 10, 15, 20 years from now, there's going to be another period in time where it's going to be slow as all get out.
Peaks and valleys.
And you're like, oh, I've been through this. I've weathered that storm, which was way worse than this. So
I told him, I was like, I had a couple good years leading up to it. So when it hit, I was like, all right, we can get through this. Like, he only saw that. So it's like, it forced him to be better. Like I was able to kind of sit back and be like, we're fine. I got a little money in the bank, you know, whatever, like it'll pass. And it took longer than everyone expected. And it's still kind of taken longer than everyone expected.
It didn't help though when you'd go to them and they're like, yeah, you're going to have a month. Don't worry. You're just going to like pop
when
off.
does it end?
Yeah. And I was like, what months are those? Like, when does this happen? Is it the 13th month? Like, where is it?
that month.
Yeah.
I talked him off the ledge so many. Like, I thought he was going to quit monthly.
Last year, this time was probably the worst.
You gave yourself, I think, until April. You're like, I'm done.
I was like, dude, if it doesn't change by April, I'm out of here. Like, I can't do this anymore. It was
But when did you have your best month ever?
June. So I waited past April. It was June.
Well, it probably started picking up in April to have the closings in June.
Yeah. I was getting phone calls, so that was good.
And like that right there is just your ability to weather the storm, and then you found that month where you
and
pop off.
Yeah.
And it's a huge testament too to Tom and Marathon Mortgage in general, because like,
oh, dude,
we, like most people in his position, like if you're not producing, you're probably gonna get axed. Like Tom doesn't run his business that way. He doesn't like it's you dire situation if he's hiring people and letting people go.
Oh yeah.
You know, like we didn't let anyone go over the past couple of years when a lot of companies would have. And he's like, we're a team, we're a family, we take care of each other, and hooked you up with making sure that you put food on your table on the low months.
100%.
Pay your gym membership.
Yeah,
100%. So I'm loyal to him as ever. I get phone calls all the time now. Hey, come work for it. Never.
he lives
Never.
at Planet Fitness now. His showers there. Just like, yeah.
It's got a
Planet
little cot in the
Fitness.
back.
Planet Fit. Lifetime Fitness.
Isn't
brother.
Planet Fitness
I'm
a
bougie,
$10 one?
right? Don't put me in Planet Fitness.
yeah.
I'm joking. I love Planet Fitness. I was a member there.
Not $10 a month, $150 a month.
Yeah, come on now.
But
No.
also, too, is like his idea of the way he runs it is hire good people, create good culture in the office. Everybody takes care of everybody. That's you're not going to find that at most other places.
No.
I just listened to your episode on building a team, right? It was
Nice.
recent, like
Yeah.
couple weeks ago. And,
Appreciate that, man.
And I listened to that one specifically because number one, I was coming on here and just wanted to get like a vibe. I've listened to a couple further back, but I was
Yeah.
like, let's get a recent one. But also it's like so important. Like that's our value is our team, like putting people in place who are going to represent you the way that you want to be represented. And my sister-in-law works there. My father used to work there. You came on because Tom knew your best friend's uncle or best friend's father, right? How does that work?
He is my best friend's uncle.
Yeah. Mike in the office is Tom's best friend from high school. Like, his mom works there as admin.
It's like a family. It's like a family.
It truly is. So it's like,
awesome.
Yeah, we take care of our own, and that's
it,
kind
man.
of how we run it.
Great stuff. All right, awesome discussion. So before we shut this one down, why don't you tell our Bricks and Risk listeners and watchers where they can learn more about you and everything you got going on?
Mikey Mortgage.
Yeah. At Mortgage Mike _215 on Instagram.
Nice.
And Mike Witczak on YouTube. You can check our podcast out, our clips out, everything.
Where are people going to go to watch you close 100?
At Mortgage Mike _215 on Instagram.
I am going to create the webpage, and I will, Terry, link in the address here, and we'll get all our watchers, listeners to the page.
Say less.
How about you, Roar?
My Instagram is rory.at.marathon.mortgage.
Okay.
That's a
I hope.
mouthful. Is that it?
Just find me based on his.
Yeah.
We have our podcast that you guys have both been on.
Yeah, what's the name of the podcast so everyone knows?
The Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour.
Awesome.
You guys have both been on it. Go back and find their episodes. And
Got a follower.
we got to get back to drinking on that podcast, man.
Nice.
We're really dropping the ball.
Just drinking in general, maybe.
Just me and Mike drinking on the camera. It's not even a podcast anymore.
Now that you have a couch, let's put the couch to use.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right.
But
Well,
find us.
that's all we have for this one, folks. Thank you for tuning in again to another episode of Bricks and Risk. See you next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
boys.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Bricks and Risk. Our goal is that you walk away with 1 or 2 valuable nuggets, and we greatly appreciate you sharing your time with us today. You can find all BNR episodes on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and anywhere else you get your podcast content. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing.